My name's Adam, and as ridiculous as it sounds, I'm terrified of water. I'm sure you'll think there's nothing weird about this, right? In fact, it is, because I'm not only afraid of rivers, oceans, or seas, but I'm also afraid of lakes, swimming pools, and even bathtubs. Although I was very vocal in expressing my fear when I was a kid, no one seemed to care. I still remember the day my fear intensified, the day I almost drowned. That day, my dad took me and my brothers to a water park. I didn't want to go, but my brothers couldn't stop talking about the water park.
Dad, can I stay in the car? I don't want to go in there. I don't like water parks.
The answer's no. Your brothers wanted to come here, so I brought them here.
But I'll have a hard time, Dad. I don't want to come here.
You're not the damn center of the world, Adam. This is my only day with you, so don't ruin it for me or your brothers. At the end of the day, your mom will come looking for you, and you can both talk trash about me all you want.
But Dad...
End of discussion. Saying this, my dad just kept walking, ignoring me. When we went to the locker room, we put on our bathing suits, and while my brothers ran to the pool, I shyly went to the shallow end and stayed with the younger kids and the moms. Hey, Adam, stop embarrassing me and come over here with us. It's not even that deep. You can easily put your feet in.
Dad, you shouldn't insist on him coming. We wanted to come without him. We didn't want him to...
And who asked you for your opinion? Adam, come here, now!
Yes, Dad.
With every step I took, I felt the cold water creeping up my body. I was terrified. I didn't want to take another step. Look at your face! How come you're so afraid of water? You're here and nothing happened. So stop being a crybaby. Not for nothing, I didn't have daughters.
Yes, Dad, you're right. It's just water. I won't be afraid of it. Adam, you don't have to do this. No, it's okay. I'll stay.
The minutes passed and I was trying to move, trying to make this nightmare a little bit more bearable. One of my brothers was playing in the deep end, so my dad went to get him, and I was left alone. Suddenly, I started to feel the water getting colder and colder. I was freezing. I thought about taking advantage of my dad's absence to get away, but the moment I turned around, something stopped me. A hand grabbed my foot and pulled me back. I was on my back, so I couldn't see who it was, but that hand grabbed my foot with a lot of force and pulled me into the deep end. My whole body fell into the water. I tried to swim, but it was of no use. It was much stronger than me. I began to drown until someone put his hand on my neck and lifted me up. Kid, I leave you alone for 20 seconds and you're already drowning in a pool half a meter deep. I looked behind me and there was no one there. My foot was loose too. Whoever grabbed me had let go.
Dad, I need to go now. Please, I can't stay here any longer.
Adam, I'm being very patient here. We already had this talk. I assured you I would love you not to be here. You clearly prefer your mother. Unfortunately, I have to spend the day with you. So I'm warning you, for the last time, stop complaining or you'll regret it. Do you understand?
Yes. Dad, seriously, you shouldn't push Adam like this.
Tate, I told you! I didn't ask for your opinion!
I'm sorry.
Adam, do you really want to get out of the pool? All right, we'll go to the water slides instead.
Yes, okay, anything but the pool.
My brothers also happily agreed and went up the slides. The slide was quite high and luckily far away from the water. My brother went first. He screamed with happiness as he fell. I smiled in anticipation, but when I saw my brother reach the bottom, I realized something terrible. How had I not thought of it? All the slides end in the deep end of the water. I turned around to get off, but behind me was an unyielding, angry face. My dad was staring at me. I had no choice but to jump. I slid down at full speed with my eyes closed. The ride lasted a few seconds, which felt like an eternity. I fell into the water and my brother was nowhere near. He was already reaching the surface. I started to swim towards him to get out of the deep part of the pool, but again, something prevented me to do so. Someone grabbed my foot again, a hand coming from the bottom of the water. I struggled to swim again, but as before, it was useless. That which was underwater pulled me down and I panicked. My whole body was underwater. I moved my hands everywhere, trying to get out of the situation, and I felt that the water on my back was freezing. I turned around and saw it. The corpse of a child was floating in front of me. I screamed in panic underwater, and in response to this, his eyes suddenly opened and stared at me. At that moment, my body became paralyzed. I could no longer move. My mouth was still open, and I could feel the water coming down my throat. Everything began to blur, and my eyes began to close. Somehow, I was alive. Out of embarrassment, my father picked me up and walked with me to the car, not saying a word to me. Before I got to the car, I met my mother, who arrived desperate and furious to face him. Damn it, how does this woman know we're here? As soon as my father said this, my brother gave me a little kick, smiled, and looked at the cell phone in his pocket.
You sick psycho. How could you bring Adam to a water park? Are you out of your mind? After what happened?
How am I supposed to know anything happened to him in a water park?
Oh my God. Unbelievable. How little do you listen to me? How little do you know about your son?
While my parents were screaming, I looked at the water park in the distance. And peeking out of the water, I saw the same boy who tried to drown me earlier. I knew that boy. I killed him. About 2 years ago, I went to this same water park. I was trying to swim in the deep end with a boy I met that same day. We were both too young to be there, but we didn't care. In the middle of the water, I got a cramp and panicked. In order not to drown, I grabbed the boy. Because of my weight, he sank under the water. When the lifeguard got us, only one of us were lucky enough to tell the story. Until that day, I was afraid to go to the water park because of what had happened. But that day, when the boy almost took revenge, everything changed. From that moment on, I began to see that boy everywhere. It was as if returning to the park had brought that child from the dead, who now stalked me whenever I saw water, staring at me, waiting for a chance to take revenge for killing him. It's been 30 years since then. I have my own son, and still, everything's the same. I learned to live with that, but I know that one of these days, sooner or later, the child will have another chance to take my life, as I took his.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video. If so, please leave a like. And also, a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you want to support this channel and make this channel reach the 1 million mark, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can change your mind later. Enjoy.
In this footage, 2 girls are seen enjoying a water slide at a theme park. They slowed down in the middle of the slide to spend more time on the ride. All were going well until they heard a rushing sound. They both looked back and saw a freaky woman towards them at full speed. Realizing the woman is soon to hit both of them with full force, they started screaming and even tried to slide away. But before they could, the inevitable happened. The story you are about to see is loosely based on this freaky accident that these girls went through. My sister Anna loves visiting water parks. Last Sunday, we went to this water park named Wet or Wild. There were various pools and water fountains, but the main attraction was their zigzag water slide, which was a little high, yet looked exciting. Anna and I decided to save it for last. We were in the washroom. I was fixing my hair after changing into my swimsuit. Anna was still inside one of the bathroom stalls. I was lost in myself when I felt someone standing behind me. The bathroom mirror was aligned to my left, and as I looked at it, my stomach dropped. There was an old, creepy-looking woman standing behind me, smelling my hair. She had blood-curdling eyes which looked like a dead fish. For a few seconds, I forgot to move and watched her smelling my hair like it was her brand of drug. She was so lost in this disgusting act that she didn't even care about getting caught. Suddenly, I heard Anna opening the door, and my rational senses kicked in. I turned around, screaming, "Excuse me?"
Right, bitch. I remember when I was thick and pretty like you. Men used to go crazy for me.
Anna noticed me talking to this creepy woman and asked,
Is everything all right, Stella?
The woman quickly, almost in reflex, turned towards Anna and looked at her with angry, burning eyes. As if Anna had interrupted her in the middle of something very important, she said,
Would you mind leaving us alone?
What?
Can't you see we are in the middle of something?
Anna and I were both shocked to see her audacity.
That's my sister you are talking to, and it's better if you leave us alone.
And what if I don't?
Then I will keep punching your face till your sagging skin bloats up like a plum.
My sister's threat did work. She let out a huge grin and started walking towards the bathroom exit. Before leaving, she turned around one last time and looked me in the eyes, her head tilted to one side, and she watched me for a minute straight standing like that. I will never forget her eyes. And then gradually walked out. Once she left, I found myself drenched in sweat. I got so nervous. Anna held my hand and said,
Don't let the hag get to your head. Let's go.
We got on to the rest of our day and kept moving from one water slide to the other. The bursts of enjoyment slowly faded the thought of this creepy old woman from my mind, until we saw her getting into a swimming pool wearing a neon yellow swimsuit. The burning color made her look even scarier. She had red lipstick put on and smiled at every boy who went to take a dip in the pool.
Hey, how about we teach her a lesson?
What do you have in mind?
I will swim towards her and then pull her underwater. It'll be fun to watch Miss Wrinkly struggling for her breath.
Is that necessary? I mean, what if something...
Relax, I won't drown her. It will be a casual prank. She deserves it anyway.
Saying this, Anna dived into the pool and disappeared into the water. I stood on the edge, tensely watching what was about to happen. The old woman was floating on the pool, throwing creepy smiles and lustful winks at young boys. She had no idea about Anna approaching her from underwater. Suddenly, her body moved and she got pulled underwater.
Help! Help! Help me!
She began throwing her hand while screaming for help. Anna might have pulled her legs a little hard. By the third pull, her wig came off, revealing her bald head with an uneven spread of white, stringy hair. Her makeup was worn out, and that's when Anna let her go. She got out of the water laughing. Everyone else in the pool probably disliked the woman for her weird behavior. They didn't even try to help her out. Once she got up from the water looking like a crazy witch from Halloween, she saw Anna and me laughing. Anna pointed at her and screamed,
Sorry, Grandma. We were just having some fun. Don't mind.
Even though I laughed, I saw the vengeance in her burning eyes. She quietly got out of the pool, grabbed the wig from the water, and left. I was surprised that she didn't report us to security and went out of sight without giving us any trouble. We happened to be the last ones in queue for the water slide. My eyes were constantly searching the water park, but I didn't see the woman anywhere. The queue moved from one person to the other, and our turn finally came. We moved ahead, and a water park employee guided us to the final step.
Don't stop on the ride and keep your legs closed to have a better slide. Enjoy.
I sat down on the high edge, and Anna sat behind me.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this. Anna pushed herself, and we started sliding down the ride. Water splashed on the sides with our weight. It was fun, no doubt. We were almost halfway down the slide when Anna said,
Let's stop at the next incline to enjoy the view.
"But the ride attendant told us not to stop."
Who cares? We are anyway the last one in the queue. There's no rush.
I did as she said, and we grabbed the sides of the slides to slow down. On the next incline, we stopped. Anna stood on the slide. The entire water park was visible from that height. Seeing Anna standing comfortably, I too stood up to catch a glimpse of the view.
Didn't I tell you it will be fun?
Yeah, it's so beautiful. We were cherishing the moment, just when we heard a ruckus behind us. Turning around, I saw the old woman standing at the top of the slide. The ride attendant was yelling at her.
No, you can't go down. We're closed for the day. Ma'am, stop! No!
But the old woman pushed the attendant from the top. He fell from the ride, letting out a spine-chilling scream, followed by the sound of bones crushing. The old woman then turned towards us and started coming down the slide like a psycho.
Here I come! Be ready to get blown away!
Before we could do anything, she hit us right away. Anna lost her balance and fell from the edge, landing on the hard concrete. I heard her screaming.
My knee! My knee!
I have pushed ahead. The old woman and I both slid down the rest of the ride together. The psycho clawed her sharp fingernails into my shoulders. When we reached the end, I saw two men rushing at us. The old woman let me go and immediately ran away. Everyone gathered around. The paramedics were called to take Anna and the ride attendant to the hospital. The attendant broke his ribs, and Anna twisted her knee. Luckily, I was unharmed, except when the woman ripped out a few strands of my hair before running away. The Waterpark authority reported her to the cops, but she hasn't been caught yet. I don't know why she decided to run away with a strand of my hair, but wherever she is now, I hope she burns in hell.
I faint!
There are many water parks that are gigantic, with more attractions than you can imagine. But haven't you thought about the 6 secrets that can be hidden in so many miles? When I was a kid, around the age of 12, my grandfather and my mom had the great idea of taking me and my little brother, Matt, to a very famous water park. Are we almost there, Mom? It's been hours. I want to swim. My grandfather, from the passenger seat, was the one who answered. Not long to be there, Aaron. The truth was that I loved swimming. There was no sport that I liked more than feeling the water on my skin and moving through it. Once we got to the water park and were inside, I couldn't be happier to see all the slides and games, but there was one that caught my attention more than the others. It was very high. In fact, many stairs had to be climbed to get there. In my opinion, it was worth it, since it was like a labyrinth of small slides in which you entered through one and you didn't know where you were going to come out. Mom, can we do that one? Come on.
Sure, Aaron. But remember, we have to put on our bathing suits first.
Once we were ready to have fun, we started walking towards the attraction. My mom, who was holding my younger brother's hand, was taking too long. Mom, hurry up!
Relax, Aaron.
Mom, let's go together.
I told you...
I noticed how my brother looked the attraction up and down as his eyes filled with tears. No, I don't want to.
Matt, what's wrong?
He hugged our mom tightly. I don't want to be here. It's scary.
You don't have to slide, honey. I'll take you to the pool and...
No, I don't want to.
Dad, can you take Aaron up there?
But Mom...
Go ask if you can use the slide by yourself. You're a big kid after all. If they say no, you'll have to wait a little longer, okay?
Yes, Mom. Come on, champ. Together, my grandfather and I started up the stairs. Why don't you come with me, Grandpa? You know I'm too old for that. Once we got to the top, we saw the person in charge of the attraction. He was a tall and skinny young man. so pale that he didn't seem to work there every day.
Hey, do you think my grandson can go alone?
The man thought about his answer for a while, but finally smiled and said, "Sure, man, why not?" His expression did nothing but make me nervous.
Grandpa, Come on, Aaron. If this nice young man says that's allowed.
He continued to stare at me while smiling.
Sure.
I wanted to get out of there as soon as possible, so I decided to make it the funniest way. I picked one of the slides and got ready.
Have fun!
In the blink of an eye, I was sliding down with the help of the water.
Whoa!
I was really having fun, until...
Whoa!
A lot of water fell on my face, filling my eyes and almost my lungs as well. Shortly after that, I felt the slide slope down even more. I was still coughing by the time I felt my feet were no longer in contact with the slide. Suddenly, I reached the bottom of the slide and fell into the water. I quickly got up and coughed again until I didn't have to anymore. I soon rubbed my eyes. When I opened them, I saw a strange place. Although not bright enough, the place was lit up. The walls had the design of a sky and even a window, but there was no sign of another person.
Hello?
I tried to look out the window, but since there didn't seem to be anything on the other side, I started walking towards the hallway. Even though the water was barely knee-deep, it didn't seem like a place made for younger children.
Anyone there? How do I get out of here?
I didn't stop, even though I started to despair. The only things that could be seen were white tiles and water, but at some point, I came to a room that had a staircase in the middle of it.
Cool.
I ran up them, only to be disappointed when I saw another empty room. But this time, something was different. The water was very dark. Not like it was dirty, but just black.
Ugh!
Huh? Suddenly, I began to notice small ripples forming in the water, but it wasn't me causing them. There, in one of the corners of the place, something was floating. It took me a while to realize that it was hair.
Hello?
As soon as I spoke again, what looked like a woman started coming out of the water. Her appearance gave me chills, as she was too tall and so skinny that her bones showed. Her sinister face looked more like a skeleton than a living being. Without hesitation, I started running down a hallway to the right. I was trying to be as fast as I could, but the water stopped me. Suddenly, a blow to my torso made me fall. I tried to get up as fast as I could, but a hand began to press my head into the water. Soon, I managed to hit her skinny arm, which caused the creature to let go of me, so I kept running. The corridors became narrower and narrower, so I started to feel bad due to claustrophobia. In fact, it didn't take long for me to start hyperventilating.
Please let go of me!
Suddenly, at the end of the hallway, I saw something red. It looked like a slide. Yes, yes! As soon as I realized it, I started to swim towards the slide. But then, one of the woman's hands grabbed my neck. I couldn't breathe in any way, since I was underwater and the creature was pressing harder and harder. I started to feel like my breath was running out, so with what strength I had left, I grabbed the woman's hand, pulled it away from my neck, and bit down. It didn't take long for me to get my hand out of the water and breathe without stopping swimming, but soon I felt that thin hand trying to grab my ankle. I didn't stop shaking to prevent her from catching me. It seemed like forever, but I finally got to the slide. Without hesitation, I sat on it and was about to go down when the creature's hand grabbed my hair.
Let go of me!
Despite the pain, I finally made it. Once I got off the slide, I ran into my mom.
Oh my gosh, Aaron! What happened?
Everyone thought that I had hurt myself inside the slide and had been knocked unconscious, but I know that that place hides more things than it should.